So there's some people that I would like to acknowledge. And I've just made a list of them so I don't forget anybody. So firstly, I'd like to acknowledge Janette and Michelle and Terri Gibbs. We started a writing group way back, and we were going to write a book together, and all of those weeks we met and we didn't know what we were going to do in terms of writing our books. And what happened was Janette, Michelle and Terri wrote Live, Love, Laugh, which you may have heard about, and they've taken that on to Live, Love, Laugh Adventures, and they've got a group of 13 women walking the Kokoda track in 5 weeks' time. So thank you for that time. And Margaret, I've already spoken of you and to you, and also in the book, Margaret is this amazing woman. She went to her first garage sale in 1983 and she was absolutely converted since then. She's never paid retail for anything since. So they call her the Queen of the Quokka. She is an amazing, amazing woman. So in terms of bargains, garage sales, Margaret's it. My editor, Cathy Elliss, thank you so much for all your patience. She didn't know what she was taking on. Yeah, she kept saying, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? I want it for Christmas. But, it's May. Mother's Day, perhaps. Beautiful. So Diane Beckingham, who was here earlier, she's my neighbour from across the road. She had many welcomes, drinks hours, and she did a lot of proofreading, so she was really, really supportive, and I thank her for that. Paula, my sister, my brother-in-law Jim, my nephew Konrad and his girlfriend Beck, thank you so much, because I disappeared for almost 2 years while I was writing the book. So thank you for being quietly in the background and just allowing me to do that. And I've mentioned Alex before, Angela's son, for his wisdom beyond his years. And Angela, you are an amazing person, a phenomenal friend, and my favourite person, so thank you for being here as well. Wendy Townsend. Now, you'll find Wendy Townsend in Chapter 1. Will you stand up, please, Wendy? Wendy is my personal trainer at the gym, and she is this amazing human being. She and I would go yap, 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 yap every day at the gym. And Wendy has a very, very inspiring story. She won the Miss Australia Independent Federation of Bodybuilders Miss Bikini Model and went off to Arnold Schwarzenegger's competition in the US. So it's a very inspiring story that Wendy's got in Chapter 1. Cheryl Dooley isn't here tonight. She lives in the east on a property where she lives with kangaroos, and she brings them, into the world and really nurtures them. She couldn't be here today, but her story is in Chapter 1, and I honour Cheryl for her what she contributed about the best things in life are free. Our breakfast group, unfortunately, Kate Goodman has gone, but I'd really like to acknowledge Kate. Kate has written a story early in the book, and it's about money management for children and making choices. So for any of you with children, if I was taught as a child money management skills, I would have been financially independent one hell of a lot earlier. I don't know about you, but I was taught to save, but I was never really taught money management skills, so that's been a real learning opportunity on my journey. And if we can just give those skills to our children and grandchildren, we won't have the situation where we've got financially unfit, so many people in WA financially unfit. It's scandalous, really, when we think about it. How come this has happened, that we have so many people who aren't financially fit? Lynn Webster, who isn't here tonight, she lives in New Zealand, she's written a remarkable story in the book about how I saved $10,000 on groceries in a year. And if just really read that one story, and we're talking about people who are really struggling, who are spending more than they earn. The groceries are the big saving grace. We spend a lot on groceries every year, and that story will make a difference. So, for younger people in particular, if they just follow that story and nothing else, that will be really fabulous. Now, Margaret Lomas, some of you might know Margaret Lomas. She's on the Sky Business Channel, and she runs the Your Money, Your Call program. She is fabulous in terms of buying property. So she's got, I've got a link to her story. She couldn't be here tonight because she's filming in Adelaide, but Cathy Perera, Cathy, where's Cathy? Hi, Cathy. It happens to be Margaret's sister-in-law. So she's in here representing Margaret tonight. Thank you. Yeah. Steve Harrison gave us this, or gave me some wonderful information on buying vehicles. I'm a girl, so I don't know about buying vehicles. So Steve Harrison of Top Line Autos, I really thank him for his story. Peter Forrestal, now I don't know if Peter's here, is coming a bit later tonight. Peter is the Sunday Times wine writer, and he's written a book called Quaff 2011. He puts a book out every year, How to Buy Affordable Wines Under $15. So Peter will be joining us shortly. Now, Champagne Life Stories. The last chapter of the book is full of Champagne Life stories. So these are stories of people that are really special to me. Some of them are in my weekly breakfast group, and others I've met along the way. So I'd really like to acknowledge Sandra Bourne. Sandra Bourne's story is about how to shop the street for free, and she gives it all to charity. It is so inspiring, and that's her champagne life. She said, we think it is about drinking cocktails at resorts, but really, and she loves to have a cocktail. But she goes to Bali, and she just, everything she earns from her free street shopping, she gives away. So I really acknowledge her. It's a fabulous story. And Elizabeth Roughan in my breakfast group. Hi, Liz. Just stand up so everyone can see you. So Elizabeth's very inspiring story, how to leave the corporate world and have an internet business that you really, really enjoy and enjoy it all now. Gihan Perera, thank you, Gihan. Gihan's story, Gihan's an internet consultant, and he's given us a story about how to go to Prague for a month and handle all your technology. You don't have to worry about a thing, and you can actually be virtual. CF Dollery, Claire Francis. Yeah, she's right here in front of me. Another member of my weekly breakfast group. Claire Francis' story is very, very inspiring. From divorce, from almost a bag lady, but not quite. You have to read the story. I'm not going to give it all away. To a wonderful life today. Thank you, Claire Francis. It's a very inspiring story. Rod Jackson. So for Rod, somebody who, started off driving a forklift in his first job, and now has a very, very senior position in one of our top miners. So it's a very, very inspiring story, and he doesn't need to work anymore, and it's only through being smart with how he's handled his money. Kate Sinfield. Where's Kate? Thank you, Kate. Come forward. So Kate arrived from the UK with a backpack. How long ago was that? 25 years ago. She has her backpack hanging on the wall. She's part of my weekly breakfast group, and she bought a hotel recently. So, this is another very, very inspiring story. Champagne life on a beer budget all the way. And she's still got her backpack hanging up in her house just to remind her of where she came from. Melda O'Day. Last but not least of the Champagne Life stories. Melda's part of our breakfast group that we meet every Saturday as well. And Melda, I'd like to really acknowledge you for all of the executive assistant skills before it got to the end. Cathy, you should have seen it before. So thank you so much. And Melda started using the techniques and all of the tips from Champagne Life on a beer budget and has saved a huge amount in the last year. So you'll be able to read about what Melda has achieved.